In the Nordic countries, gender equality is at the very high level, and also the share of women in listed companies is relatively high, above 30%. And actually one of the reasons for that is that, well, in Finland, for instance, we don't have a compulsory share for women in management boards. It's based on the voluntary approach by companies. For instance, the Chamber of Commerce in Finland, they have a women leadership program where they first of all raise the awareness of women in the labor market, and they have been able to increase the share of women in top management. Also, there is a national strategy for gender equality, which applies to state-owned companies and also administration, with the aim of trying to increase the share of women in top management positions. And for instance, I come from the Ministry for Foreign Affairs, so the situation is 50-50, like half of the ambassadors are women, and half of the people in top management positions are also women. So it is little by little paying off. Also, what can be done, we have to some extent segregation between men and women when it comes to certain professions, like in the IT sector, the majority are still men. But what can be do is also to start with the children, that at primary and secondary schools also trying to pass the message that there's no such thing as men's jobs or women's jobs, and also encourage girls and young women also to study engineering, for instance, or choose mathematics or chemistry and so on. So you actually can start the work already when people are young. Diversity improves the economic results. The companies with a high level of ethics are more competent in the labor market, especially in Poland, which is to some extent already in certain sectors suffering of shortage of labor. It becomes a competitive factor, and of course younger generations are much more aware of gender equality, and of course it's also linked to the reputation of the companies. So it is an important factor, especially companies who are listed in stock exchange.